Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Greensboro, North Carolina for today's live action from the CP3 Rising Stars 2017 camp here at the Greensboro Sportsplex. Coming to you live from SUV TV. I am Marcus Shockley, and joined for this first broadcast of the day is my good friend Colton Bishop. Hey. Colton, welcome in.
Yep, good to be here. Excited.
We saw a lot of good play yesterday. To let everybody know the sort of the lay of the land, it's a 20-minute running clock each half, and they really don't stop this clock for anything. You know, war breaks out, I think the clock will still continue to run.
Last 2 minutes too.
No stoppage even in the last 2 minutes. So all of these players that are here today are invite-only players by the Chris Paul organization. Chris Paul, the NBA player. If you don't know who that is, I can't really help you, but you should know who it is, or you're probably not a basketball fan. Chris Paul from the area, actually right down the road in Winston-Salem, here in North Carolina. And these players, all invite-only, all rising high school freshmen. So the class of 2021, we're getting ready to tip off in just a moment. And there we go, blue team with the possession early. So what we'll do, folks, Colton and I are going to try to give you the names and numbers of the players as we can. It's a little tough because it's an up-and-down play, but we'll do our best. So we're underway. Game number 1 here, court number 4 at the Greensboro Sportsplex.
Number 238 there with a really nice hook to start off the game.
.238. Nana. That's a tough name. I'm sorry. Nana Njoku.
Yeah, I think you did it better than I could have. So.
And I apologize to every player whose name I'm going to butcher here, but Njoku is out of the Sanford School, out of Delaware. So players from all over the country here today.
Got a little international flavor too. I think Canada, Singapore I saw.
Ooh, big nice dunk right away. Very nice.
Terrence Clark out of Boston, Massachusetts.
176. Clark showed some bounce right away. These guys came in ready to play above the rim. 6'6", Clark.
Good outlet pass right there.
So Brayon Freeman there, number 8, he was coming up and it sort of got out of control. That is a very common thing you'll see here, especially early on with these guards. Everybody wants to push the ball. Nice feed inside, up over the top, good hands.
Good finish.
Once again, that's number 238, Nana Njoku. The 6'9" player. Rising 9th grader. He's already got a good broad set of shoulders. Deep outside shot, rims out. And we're going the other way, full speed.
With the layup.
Layup is good. And that layup by Christopher Walker, the 6-foot player out of Wellington, Florida, who plays for Boo Williams.
Nice spin and step back there.
Brayon Freeman, Number 8, Brayon Freeman already had that little turnover earlier, but now a step-back jumper.
Say he's from DeMatha School in Washington, D.C., which is, I think, a powerhouse down there.
It definitely is, yeah. A lot of these guys are moving up to, off the rim.
Showtime.
Oh, that was almost amazing.
Maybe later in the day. 9:30 might be a little early.
I think we can say one thing for certain. Number 176, Terrence Clark, likes to play above the rim.
Nice shot there. 21, Kobe Shriver. Another nice shot.
That is number 129, Christopher Walker. Once again, we called his name a couple of times already. Behind the back dribble there for Brayon Freeman.
Way to kick it out there.
Off the front of the rim. Battle under the basket. Ball out over the baseline. Once again, clock does not stop for anything. So, the other thing, guys, at home, every 5 minutes there's a complete swap of the roster. So there's guys actually on one side standing, ready to go in already, knowing they got about a minute and a half before they go in.
And one.
Now, again, no free throws today because of the running clock. If the referees award the and one, even if the ball doesn't go in, they're going to give them the 3 points. So what you see on the scoreboard is what we see here in the gym. So don't text us and complain.
Seen a lot of one-on-one play to start off the game.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll start moving the ball around, get a little motion.
You know, the coaching staffs here are very well accomplished. I know we have Greg Paulus is here. Right over here on our sideline, we have Coach John Allen, who famously trained Chris Paul when he was a young man. These guys have a lot of basketball knowledge, so it's not that they can't install some sort of structure, but it's just very tough. And we've got wholesale changes here already. For one team, it's now 5:30. That's a little early. Once again, you're watching the CP3 Rising Stars here in Greensboro, North Carolina, 2017 on SUV TV. We've got a whole new set of guys out here now.
Nice fade screen there. Couldn't get the shot to go.
Oh, it looked like he got hit in the face, but turned around and drilled it. They're going to call a foul before the shot.
Spacing looks to be a little better today, though, so.
The second unit. Do you think maybe the second unit is getting coached over there on the
sideline? They are. They're probably getting coached during that first 5 minutes and seeing what they can improve on when they get in there. So might be a little bit of an advantage to get to go in later in the game.
Drive on the baseline. Nice reverse. Too strong, though. I spoke too soon. And that's another symptom early. Nice drill from outside.
Seen a couple three-pointers already to start off the game. So.
And that last shot there was by number 135, Gavin El Camille, the 6'3" player out of Kansas, Pittsburgh, Kansas, who plays for Mocon Elite. And one of our crew here just shot me a look because he is from the area of Pittsburgh, Kansas, and he proudly wears his Pittsburgh shirt. Is it Pittsburgh University or Pittsburgh State? And he loves it when people ask him if he's from Pennsylvania, and he can quickly and emphatically correct them that it is actually Kansas.
Pick and roll, switch out at the top.
Some pretty good defense right there.
Tough entry pass.
Good hesitation, good pass.
Cut.
Find the man cutting through the lane, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. Yeah, I like that, especially where you have the guard just slow down just a little bit. And that's sort of something that comes with over time. You know, guys learn.
Patience.
Yeah, don't run so fast. He does a 1-on-3 move there. But he bowls his way in there, and that is, once again, Gavin El Camille out of Pittsburgh, Kansas. Plays his AAU for the Nike team, Mocon Elite, who are usually a very strong contender.
That was number 80, Frankie Collins, with a nice take to the goal.
Oh.
With the block Collins as well.
You know what, he beat him off the dribble, but he recovered enough.
Yeah. Like to see guys not give up on the play just because they get beat at first.
It's a really smart play. A lot of guys have to, or a lot of players never learn that, but it's like if he beats you, you go where the ball is going to go, right, instead of just thinking, well, I got beat with my feet.
Exactly.
You know? Coach Allen is seriously coaching over here. Well, both coaches are coaching. We're pacing the sideline, extending the coach's box. This one guy, we got a man. Our coach over here is way
on the court.
He's on the court within the perimeter.
He's a sixth man out there.
And score.
Good pass.
That's number 174, Alexis Reyes, and he's out of Boston, Massachusetts, going to the Rectory School.
135 again.
We've called his name quite a bit.
El Camille.
Yeah, Gavin El Camille, 6'3". He's got a lot of bulk on him.
Yeah. Definitely many of these kids don't look like they're going into ninth grade. They look a little older, but.
I would say that a lot of these guys, well, you know, a lot of these guys have already played a high-level AAU at their age group, but this is probably one of the first times they'll go and compete against elite high school competition internationally in one of these showcases.
That are the same age as them.
Yeah.
Ooh, probably should have Did a bounce pass there.
Yeah. See, right there, that's the kind of thing he'll have to learn, sort of just pull up and go over the top of the guy instead of, trying to go through him in that case. Drawing the foul. I think he's going to get the bucket for that. Looks like he got hit in the eye, but hopefully he's all right. That was Alexis Reyes who got fouled on that last trip down. Now we got El Camille running the point. He likes to go to his right.
Yeah, one.
He's very strong going to his right. Those guys have got to make him go the other way and see if he can do that. Top of the key. You got a mismatch of size here.
Good pass out the double team.
Passes up the three, drive over. That was over the shoulder pass.
Trying to do a little too much there.
Yeah.
Just kick it out. I think he had a wide open man at the 3-point line there.
So we got another wholesale substitution here at the 10-minute mark. 25-19 the score. Want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors today, Double Trouble Training. If you need training or you want workout videos, please follow Double Trouble Training on Instagram or on YouTube at Double Trouble Training. You're once again watching the CP3 Rising Stars basketball camp here in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Just saw one of the better entry. Oh, a three-pointer there.
Yeah.
One of the better entry passes I've seen all camp so far.
I love, two things. Well, I like the pick and roll when you see it at this level. I like when you see a big man seal inside at this level.
Great seal.
And I like
when
you see a guy seal and then you see that right. You see these guys battling down there right now, but I like to see the guards recognize that.
Recognize it and be able to make the pass.
I think as a scout, one thing that used to drive me crazy was watching a big man work for position and have it and just watch the guards completely be blind to him.
I think 238 there, the big man just had him sealed again, but they didn't.
He's doing a good job making himself big there in the post on the block. We got a fast break.
Good kick outside. Another three-pointer there by number 8. Good pass ahead there by 103. Carter Witt from Raleigh, North Carolina, team loaded. Another nice pass from Witt.
Deep outside shot. Those contested threes you can get those anytime, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have to talk a little bit about the scenario that these kids find themselves in, which is, you can't just show up and set picks. We know that. You can't just show up and get assists. We know that.
It's got to be a balance between doing the little things but still trying to stand out. So. And
sometimes these guys, if you're playing off the ball, especially if you're a guy who's used to being a ball-dominant guard, suddenly you're asked to play the 2 or the 3, you find yourself not getting the ball very often.
But luckily, rising 9th graders, this is a chance for them to kind of learn how to do that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Since they might have to do it when they're playing for their varsity teams and whatnot. So.
Yeah, it's very tough. So these guys, they maybe go 3 or 4 minutes without touching the ball, and then they get it and they're like, this is my moment. 34-28, 7:09 left here in the first half. And we've got a shoelace situation at the top of the key. Like John Wooden always said, take care of your feet. We got a fast break out here. Once again, Brian Freeman has had several of those fast breaks.
Follow up.
Our man above the rim, once again, Terrence Clark, the 6'6" prospect. Looks like he could probably play with some wing.
Yeah. Like to see if he can show off an outside shot at all, too.
That's the big thing is a guy at 6'6" is has an advantage at this age level, but at 6'6", he's clearly a very athletic, college athletically gifted player. Yeah. So you basically look at him and say, okay, are you going to be able to put the ball on the floor from the 3 or the 2 at the college level? Because that's going to depend how far you're going to go.
Because eventually guys will catch up to you in size, but you got to be able to show those other aspects of your game.
He's going to his left there. Gets in a little bit of trouble, pulls it back out.
Big man sealing underneath.
See, that's a case where he probably, yeah, a little bit too much one-on-one. It worked for him, but he's a very nice-looking prospect. I mean, that's a guy who a scout is writing down his name right now to be,
that was a tough shot, but it was a patient move before.
Yeah, and he's got such length and athleticism. He doesn't look, at 6'6", there's guys in high school that look like big men. And he looks like he's going to be a wing. Yeah. Oh, beautiful steal. He ran that down like a cornerback right there. Yeah.
Witt, number 103, he's been making some good passes, some good plays so far.
Love seeing guys watch those passing lanes.
See the jump shot. Looked like a pretty good.
Oh, nice tap back.
Yeah. Look ahead.
Yeah,
nice.
good. Ball travels faster in the air than on the ground. A walk? They're calling a walk? Oh, no, substitution. The signal is so close.
I think they did call a walk.
Oh,
yeah. Love to see that pass ahead, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes in these camps when guys first touch the ball, they're so eager to make a move, they don't even see the guys up ahead.
I will say that a gifted passer, a look-ahead passer, is rare.
Yeah.
Like when you see guys, Jason Kidd was very good. I know that Kendall Marshall, when he was at UNC.
Yeah. I think that's why Lonzo Ball is such a special prospect, because he's one of the few who does that nowadays.
And you would think that guys would work to develop that, It makes up so much ground over you if you're not the fastest player.
Yeah.
And you can beat the press. And you can beat, not just the press, you can beat the break. You can,
I think you might have just said it, but Kendall Marshall was another one.
Well, Kendall Marshall was a guy that a lot of guys didn't even consider to be a Division I prospect because of his speed. But he was so adept.
Made up for it.
Got a cup of coffee in the NBA, actually. So let's just finish. I noticed that some of these guys, their shots are dropping, but they're a little flat.
Yeah.
And when they play guys their own size, you're going to want to see them put a little bit more of that. As your dad likes to say, the McDonald's arch on it.
Yeah.
I don't want to claim somebody else's, somebody else's good coaching tip.
Cliche.
Drive.
Ooh.
Right there.
Yeah,
see a little
there.
flat.
The
you want to see him. Yeah, get that arch, bank it off in there.
Good Euro step.
He's got a good quick release, though. Yeah, nice Euro step through there.
Number 33. Nate Mikkel out of Somerville, Florida.
Kick over here to Reyes. He gets pushed out of bounds. Now out of bounds is basically a pole. Hey, that's the way it is in AAU gyms. I mean, there's often there's not
Keeps
even
you
enough.
from going out of bounds, though.
You have basically enough. If you're a big man, you don't have enough room to stand out of bounds a lot of times.
Yeah. It's nice to see there's still been a lot of one-on-one play, but at least they're keeping the floor space so that there's room in there to kind of do something with the ball.
.232 left here in this first half. 42-35 to score.
Ooh, tough shot there.
Yeah,
Got it to go down. See Mike Talbot over there taking in this game.
Mike Talbot. Mike, one of my favorite stories that I've told on the air before about Mike is about David West. And I often mention David West in the same breath as Mike. Mike and I have been friends for a long time.
David West out of Raleigh.
And his brother actually runs the Garner Road basketball program down there in Raleigh, a very reputable Adidas-sponsored program. When David was in high school, he was not ranked by, I don't believe, any recruiting service except one guy, and it was Mike Talbot. And he was he's the best power forward in his class. And that, he went on to Xavier. He went on to be still playing in the NBA. He's got rings, it's all these great things. And articulate guy, great guy. We did an interview for us, kind of because we knew him and his brother and everything. But during the lockout, and gave us some great thoughts on that from the financial ramifications of it. Would have liked to have seen that, but liked the idea, though. But, Mike was the guy that found him, and he's found a lot of NBA players.
Yeah. I think CP played with David West back in with the New Orleans Hornets.
Yep.
I think mid-2000s. They had a good little squad there.
I always like to pick Mike's brain. I think a couple years ago we were down at Peace Jam together for a couple of days, and I always know what I think, but I'm like, Mike is one of the few guys that I would go to and say, all right, well, what do you think of this guy? What do you think? What am I missing here? 105, 44-41. The score's gotten a little tighter. Here's Reyes. Wants to keep it to his right, kicks it out to the guard. Step back, goes back to Reyes. That's deep shot. I think he had a foot on the line.
Yeah.
J.B. Blakeney went there at number 204, bringing the ball up. Now he gets it, puts it back. Nice. Blakeney with a nice putback, nice little touch. He's also got some good size.
Yeah, that's one of the things that stands out for most of the teams at this camp is just the length of these guys.
And Blakeney is actually a North Carolina prospect.
Okay.
He's from Wingate. And it looks like he's going to play with Forest Hills this year.
All right.
For folks at home who aren't as familiar with the recruiting process, there are actually guys here today who have not decided on their high school for the coming year. And you may be thinking, well, it is, it's August. They should know where they're going. It's like, well, not always.
Yeah.
It could be a little tricky, especially for some of these elite prospects. And that's going to do it for the half, 48-44. We're going to take a very quick break here, and we'll be back before you know it. I am Marcus Shockley, alongside Colton Bishop at the CP3 Rising Stars Camp in Greensboro, North Carolina.
You were just trying to get a foul on that, but the throw. Looking like Josh Howard. That man everywhere, though. He's everywhere. I know he is. I'm trying to be like him. I told you that. Yeah.
Okay, everybody, we are about to come back after the half. And when I say the halftime break, I mean the halftime break was basically, hey, you see the bench over there? All right, we're ready to go again. It is very brief. Running clock and no half.
This guy's got fresh young legs, though, so it's probably no challenge for them to come back after a short half.
You can catch all the today's action on SUV TV. If you go to YouTube, you can look up SUV TV, or our games are actually on SUV TV 2, their other YouTube channel. But if you go to thesuvtv.com, you can find links to all the games from today's CP3 action. I think they have them on the Rising Stars website as well. Glancing off the front of the rim with that shot. We're going the other way. Brayon Freeman, the guard number 8, is very quick, sure-handed with the ball.
Yeah. That was a good decision he just made to bring it out, didn't have numbers.
And I really like this guy, Carter Witt, out of Raleigh. Plays with Team Loaded, a good team.
Great decisions.
Yeah, plays those passing lanes, heads up ball handler. And now we've got it. This is a good matchup right here, Reyes, but he's picked off.
Good take. Ooh. Got the foul.
So, those players, they don't want to miss those shots. They're getting that call
they don't.
Here, but they know in a real game, they're like, I wouldn't get that call.
Yeah.
Or I might get the call, but I wouldn't get the bucket.
Definitely looks better when it goes through the basket.
Calling for the pick.
Roll. Ooh, good pass. Finish that. Nice.
Yeah, Freeman is playing a little bit of that two-man game with Nana Njoku, number 238. First, Njoku set the pick. Freeman called for it, and then they did a little pick and roll after the steal. So now you're seeing a little bit of that ability or that familiarity breeding. Oh. That's another thing that this is where you see a lot of this specific thing, that the hands are quicker than the guys realize. And a lot of times you're used to being able to shuffle that pass in there or something, and now all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm always able to do that, but now here everybody's hands are so quick.
That length is just.
Yeah. So you'll see a lot of that today where guys are just throwing. It looks inexplicable to experienced basketball fans, but it's like you have to understand those guys can make that pass. They've never had guys that could stop it before.
Nice inside pass.
Yeah, he's got to finish that.
You had him sealed down there for about 10 seconds.
I mean, I love that hook. I love that turn and hook. I mean, I really like that 103.
Witt,
Yeah, Witt out of Raleigh. Is that out of Raleigh?
Yeah, Raleigh.
Yeah, for team loaded.
Team loaded.
So we'll see a lot of him here in the AAU in this area. I also like how he's drifting over to find his position correctly. Reyes with the deep shot. That's good. I mean, the only critique I have of that, I like his high release, is that it's a little flat, but he's hit a couple.
But even on that play, it was Witt's spacing that gave him the opportunity to get that shot off.
Witt moving over, sliding over, you can tell that he knows what he's supposed to be. And they have good defensive spacing here.
Good shot. One dribble pull up.
Witt goes from right to left, drives through traffic, finds his player.
Good pass, though.
Good find there by the big man. And right here, Terrence Clark, he's looking to go one-on-one every time. I mean, he's got a good first step. He's hurting his team a little bit by just being so, score-driven. Good block there.
He's collapsing the defense, so he should look to kick it out a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the thing. They all know he's about to drive.
Yeah. Good finish there.
Yeah, Breon Freeman out of the District of Columbia. And as you said, he was playing for DeMatha. Witt shot glanced off the side there. He definitely can get to the rim.
He's been fouled down there about 2 or 3 times. So.
Freeman with the shuffle pass all the way up. He finds Clark. That was a beautiful pass by Freeman.
Didn't think it was going to get through.
No, it did look a little bit like you just need a little bit more heat on it, but he got it there. Clark left all alone on the outside. 3-ball rims out.
Got a pretty nice form, though.
Yeah. Reyes. I like that. He looked him off. Yeah. All right, we got wholesale changes here. But, yeah, Reyes is coming up. Looked to his left, went to his right. I love that.
Both these teams are really impressing me so far, though.
Yeah, a lot of talent out here. A lot of hustle guys, I think. I mean, defense is always tough. I mean, guys at home, don't criticize us because you're like, well, you guys aren't watching the defense. I'm like, well, yeah, but it's very tough out here. You play in these events and you would know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Your man could switch from play to play and you might not know it.
Good job to find. He was open for about 10 seconds. I didn't think they were going to find him, but.
So we got a Canadian guy in here, 142, trailing on the break here, or the big man. He's listed as 6'5". He looks a little bigger than 6'5".
Ontario.
Yeah, James Wani out of Kitchener. Deep outside shot, like that follow through.
Brandon Huntley Hatfield out of Clarksville, Tennessee. 6'8".
And there he is on the break. Oh, and he's fouled hard, but he plays through it.
Yep.
He looks like he'd be a strong player. That's James Wani. Plays his AAU ball for UPlay Canada.
Kick out one more.
The stutter step over the top. Oh, and that's going to be a jump ball. If only we had somebody here who could. Oh, yeah, of course.
Take El Camille again.
Yeah, nice.
Putting on for Pittsburgh, Kansas.
So again, going to his right, though. He's dominant going to his right. I'm not saying he can't go to his left. We just haven't seen it yet. So
I like to see somebody try and force him that way.
And this is also sort of a defensive education. These guys will have to start figuring out their player. You know, usually 5 to 7 minutes of playing against a guy, you should know what he's doing.
See what way he goes.
There he goes left.
Finish with the left. Got fouled.
Yeah. Not quite as strong, but still pretty good on that drive. So, you know, he sort of had to use his right arm to push off a bit to get around on the left. So. Oh, way too deep under the basket there.
Trying to do a little too much.
And kind of. And that's another thing. A lot of these guys are very quick, and they're not used to getting under there, but then their defender's right there with them.
Exactly. You like to see him maybe just keep that dribble alive and dribble it out.
I mean, I think a lot of guys, they'll come into something like this and they may feel like they don't even play that well, or they make a lot of mistakes, or they didn't get scouted, or whatever. But I think they'll leave and they'll be better.
Way better,
You know, they just don't realize it.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype of the scouting process.
Yeah, you see Chris Paul's here in the building, you see Greg Paulus in the building, and you see
all the
these
scouts,
guys.
famous scouts.
Yeah, scouts all over the place, and you're just like, oh, man, I went, 8 for 30.
Yeah. Focus on the positives.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to go 8 for 30.
Good follow-up there.
Yeah, nice. Cleaning up the miss. Number 157, Trey Robertson, out of Birmingham, Alabama. He plays for the Georgia Stars, a great AAU program out of the area.
Them and the Atlanta Celtics are two of the top programs out there.
Dwight Howard is the name most usually associated with the Celtics. Speaking of scouts, I see James Veal behind us. Sometimes I don't know if it's because a lot of these players, their parents, this is the first time their parents have ever come to anything like this, so they're not even familiar with who may be on the sidelines. So we've got Clark Francis over there, Mike Talbot, we got James Veal behind us. Yesterday I saw Ray from Ram Prospects. So shout out to Ray if you're not out here today, Ray. I know.
Haven't had a Rick Lewis sighting anywhere.
No, I know Jamie Shaw was here yesterday.
That's right, I did see Jamie. Way to attack that big man. Nice.
Oh, that's nice. That's number 33, Nate Mickle.
Good take there and good pass.
Nate is listening. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I like to see you attack the big man off the pick and roll if he switches out onto you. So.
10:30 left to go in the half here. And we may be getting ready to do our wholesale changes. They're making these changes a little early.
They are.
Once again, I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors today for Double Trouble Training. If you need training or want workout videos, please follow Double Trouble Training on Instagram and on YouTube at Double Trouble Training. Once again, I'm Marcus Shockley. You can follow me on Twitter at M_Shockley alongside Colton Bishop. But I will warn you, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm not that interested. But you probably knew that if you've already listened to me today. And we're here broadcasting for the SUV TV network, and you can find them on Twitter at SUV TV or online at thesuvtv.com. Today's event organized by the Chris Paul organization. Nice tap out. Kick over the top to Witt. Now Witt one-on-one against Clark. Witt faded away. Clark bothered that shot.
Yep, that length. Witt is doing a good job, though, of balancing out his shot attempts with his passing and the little things. So
I will say that one of the things you can do in an event like this that is noticeable is your defensive in the passing lanes.
Yeah.
Nice pass, yeah.
Great pick and roll there.
Your spacing and your defense in the passing lanes are things that you can, if you could get a few steals, it's one of those things you might not get the bucket you want.
Good shot there.
Clark gets one to go down. That one looked really good coming off his wrist.
Yeah, he's a really nice prospect.
Yeah, 6'6", as we said, out of Boston, Massachusetts. He's going to be playing his high school ball for the Rivers School next year.
One thing I've noticed about him, too, as a right-hand player, he really likes going left.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
I think he's going to have if he puts in the work, he's going to have an easy transition to be a true wing prospect at the college level. There he is going to his left once again, kicks it back, but picked off by Witt once again. Another steal by Witt. It's going to be a foul on the floor. Yeah. If you were a coach and this was a live game, you would live with that because it stops the bucket.
Yeah.
Here's Reyes. Looked like he wanted to go left and then pulls it out. Tough defense right there.
Good look. Ooh. Good idea, but execution was a little.
Those are the kind of plays that if these guys played on the playground together for a week or two, they would make those plays. You know, they would know what each other was going to do. I like this matchup here. Witt defensively against Freeman.
Nice hands.
Freeman has good vision, good court vision, good handle. Too strong off the back of the rim. Freeman on the floor. Keeps his dribble alive in traffic. Shuffle pass. Oh, but then after all that work, then he stays with it over the top. Shoots over Witt. Witt gets it. I love this matchup between Witt and Freeman.
Yeah. They're going at each other.
Oh!
Pass. Nice.
And we got Clark wide open. Oh! Little tomahawk action from Terrence Clark.
Probably got to remember his name for sure.
Now Reyes coming up. Directing traffic just a little bit. He wants to drive. Back out to Witt. Witt driving to his left. Ball slapped away there. Shuffle pass. Finish. And that was number 117, Parker Day, who slapped that ball away and then was able to finish it on the end. That Freeman caught him with the assist. Deep outside shot is good.
Reyes.
There's a couple of threes Reyes has hit now.
Close game coming down to the last 6 minutes or so.
Yeah, 79-76.
Freeman.
I'm going to put a caveat that I realize that the score doesn't matter that much because of the running clock and these guys are probably barely paying attention. But I know some of the coaches that are coaching are paying attention. I mean, the guys who are actually on the sidelines, they are paying attention and trash talking each other a little bit.
Ooh. Wow.
Finish through traffic.
Get around the back dribble.
I like Witt. I like the two guards we have here. This matchup here. Freeman, he's going to drive. Witt stays in front of him, but Freeman finds a man. Now Reyes on the break. Is he going to keep it?
Good finish.
Yeah, use that glass. He got hit.
We got a lot of spectators for this game, just realizing it.
Yeah.
Across the.
I think they're probably here because we're broadcasting this game.
They went home and watched the tape from last night.
It's not the highlight reels that we're seeing on the. Yeah, watch the tape. Wholesale changes on the floor here. 5 minutes to go here in this one here on game number 1 on court number 4. I hope you're writing all that down here on SUV TV from the CP3 Rising Stars Camp 2017. We've got all new rosters, so we'll get you caught back up as quickly as we can. Stolen. There's one of our better players of today's game, Gavin El Camille, out of Pittsburgh, Kansas.
Good, one more pass.
Fake drive, spin move up, and no good. He did a great job creating his own shot there, though. El Camille down to the corner, finds a man. No good. Oh, nice extra pass. And who started that? Number 204, J.B. Blakeney out of Wingate, North Carolina. I know there was a three-man pass, but I like to go with the hockey assist.
They say passing is contagious, so.
3:53. I don't know about all the courts during this event, but our courts have been relatively injury-free, which is good, you know. Frankie Collins now looks like he's slowing it up. Look for a man. These guys got to move. They got to make themselves available if your point guard is suddenly deciding to become a passing point guard. Haven't
seen a lot of screen aways too much.
Nice outside shot there by number 129, and that is Christopher Walker, who we mentioned earlier, out of Wellington, Florida. And he plays his AAU ball with PBG Stars. And he's going to the Wellington school. I've scouted at that school in past years. That is an arching shot. No good and going the other way. Collins drives, picking his way through traffic. Splits it. Picked up by El Camille. Look ahead.
Good look ahead.
Ooh. And just doesn't materialize.
Tried to score it before he caught the ball.
I can see El Camille looks like he has the build of a college guard, even though he's not quite there yet, but he's definitely got that physical presence and size. Nice no-look pass.
Oh, he's got to go up with that.
Kick to the outside. El Camille driving. Goes back to his left. He isn't as strong going to his left. But I like the fact that he doesn't just ignore it.
Yeah. Good look. Finish that. Nice finish.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Good pass. Nice finish.
That pass by Trey Robertson out of Burlingame, Alabama.
White team takes the lead, their first lead in a while.
Yep, 1:50 to go. Now the coaches are heavy coaching out here.
Ooh, got to grab that board. Kick out, three-pointer.
Oh.
El Camille.
Shovel pass inside. That extra pass is a killer.
Yeah, these guys, I think, now are definitely aware of the score. They want to win this one, so.
Nate McKell finishing that one off on that last trip. Frankie Collins, he picks up the loose ball, being guarded by El Camille. This is another good matchup. Collins is very quick. El Camille very strong. El Camille, we saw the pick coming. Dive on the floor.
Love to see two guys on the floor there.
1:04 left, clock ticking. 87 all. 1 minute to go. Now the coaches are arguing. We've got some action right here at the scorer's table. Precious time ticking away. Ends up with White here. So Collins dribbling. Defenders picking him up. Our man tried to seal inside. He's actually being defended pretty well there on the block. He's got to get in front of that guy. He's got to make himself a big target. Collins with the take. Oh, good big rebound there.
3-on-2. Oh, he brought it out. Need to attack that 3-on-2.
There he goes. Too strong for J.B. Blakeney. Here we go.
Nice pass.
And there it is.
10 seconds.
Finished there by Skylar Schmidt, the 6'6" player out of Cincinnati.
What El Camille can do here.
El
Good
Camille.
look.
Oh,
man.
Off his shoelaces, and that's going to do it. That's the clock.
Oh, got to
89 to 87. That's ball game, folks. We appreciate everybody joining us. We'll be back here in just a few moments on the SUB TV. And we'll see you once again from the CP3 Rising Stars 2017 camp.